Hey, Shaun, man, congratulations, man. Another fight for Lion Fight.
Thank you, Steve.
Dude, you know, you had that fight back in August, man. You made your debut there as the pro for them, man. Man, how'd you think about your performance in that fight overall?
I definitely have mixed emotions about it. There was definitely some good takeaways and some poor things that happened in the fight for me. The guy knew my game, and usually people don't want to play it with me, and that's kind of a tactic that I like to go into the fight knowing, is that I'm going to stand and bang. Most people are going to shy away from that. We saw him use his length to his advantage, which against me, everybody has a lot of size, a lot of height on me. So that was something typical, but he played the game really well, and he sucked me into that brawler mentality a lot better than I had anticipated he was going to be able to. He controlled that part of my mentality. Usually I'm the one that's doing it, but he was getting me so good on the outside that I was just trying to really force that inside battle too much, and I got caught coming in with an elbow over the top. Kept fighting, knowing that there was a big cut. Who knows if it's going to get stopped at the end of the round, so now you got to go for broke. So then he cut me a second time. The doctor said the one on the top of the head was really bad. It was about the diameter of your finger, so you could get your whole finger in there. You know, all the skull meat was hanging out, so it was pretty bad.
Life of a pro Muay Thai fighter, man, when the elbows, you know, are no pads on them babies anymore. You know, Shaun, you know, I've known you for a while. I've seen so many of your fights in the past. I mean, they're always exciting. You know, sometimes, you know, I've seen you in the past get cut here and there, just getting into. Is that something that, you know, you have to maybe not be so aggressive in there, or do you keep playing your same game and, hey, that's just the luck, man, I just got cut in that fight?
There's obviously smarter ways to go about the aggression, which is what I took away from that last fight big time. We've been working on it all camp. Is, we say it all the time, controlling the aggression, right? There's a time and a place for it, and it is a big piece of who I am, how I fight. It's brought me all the way this far. That I get reminded of that constantly by my coach, Sean Graham. And we've been just spending a ton of time working on different heights, working on different ranges, and playing that kind of game where my pressure game can still be there, but it's got to be done a lot more strategically, and we're watching out for the closing distances, and not just that I'm crashing distance, that other people are crashing distances as well. So it's definitely been a very technical camp for me. Usually we're doing a lot of banging, a lot of pads, and the focus is more on the cardio and getting me in shape to fight and just letting me off my leash, whereas this camp has been a lot more strategic. We've been looking at a lot more technical angles, playing with different ranges in different spaces. So I think that you're going to see a different fighter this time around with some improvements, right? You're not going to change who you are deep down. That kind of aggression and that kind of grit that I bring every fight is not going anywhere. It's not going away. But to harness it and to control it better and to be more aware of where you are in the striking ranges is what we've been working on a lot this past camp.
Excellent, my man. Well, can't wait Friday night to see you know, the new improved Shaun. We got a guy coming in here, a little more experienced than your last fighter. He's back after a couple of years. Chase Walden. He's fought for Lion Fight before. I know, as knowing you, you don't study opponents much. But do you know anything about this guy coming in? He's from Virginia. He's coming into your backyard. Know anything about him?
Yeah, we know that he's a real tall guy. He's fighting at the same weight as me, so I'm assuming he's going to be a little bit skinnier and a lot taller. We know that his Muay Thai is real traditional, very good, and we know that he owns a school down in Virginia Beach. So, you know, he's definitely coming to fight. He's definitely well trained. He definitely knows his material. So we're expecting a good fight out of a 5-fight veteran. So,
how excited are you to be able to fight again in Boston?
Fighting in Boston is always exciting. Fighting in front of a hometown, in front of the fans, getting the cheers instead of the boos. That's always a boost. It's always a good time. you know, you're happy to be there because you're shaking hands and high-fiving people, you know, sitting around waiting to get in line. You know, you got that real hometown celebrity kind of feel for it, which is, it's a nice boost. Definitely different than fighting on the road.
Last question, what do we expect to see you this Friday night at Lion Fight 72?
Definitely plan on seeing me a lot more relaxed, a lot more technical than I had been in my previous fight. You can still expect me to come out and bang and be aggressive, but a lot more calculated with that aggression. I am going to be playing to my strengths and working around this kid's height. So